All right, this will be video number 1 for chapter number 5, and we're going to have a look at the setup. Now, I provided all students on the Blackboard site with this file right here, and it might look a little different. I think I changed the color to yellow, and I did provide a lot of the code, not all the code, but a lot of the code, and we'll be modifying it as we do our walkthrough for the code. So I would suggest that you download the in-class student support file, which contains all the controls for the form and a lot of the code as well, but we'll be again adding code as we progress through it. All right, in this example we're going to be taking a look at the shopping list and how to create that. Now if you remember, the shopping list program, this is the actual executable final product, and we want to mimic the behaviors of these controls in this program. So again, what this is supposed to do is allow us to enter in, let's say, some kind of item into a shopping list, let's say. So we have an item 1, we have an item number 2, and it's going to just keep adding that to the items in this control. And if I click clear, it's going to clear out the items in the control and reset the form. All right, so we sort of understand how the behavior of this is going to work. Now, to get started, I haven't provided you guys the code for this one because I want you guys to actually do a couple of these manually and type them all in. So we're going to start off here with the add the item. So when I double click add item, you guys do that, you're going to create a new method inside of our form class here called click, and we've done lots of these. When we click on this event, this control here, it creates an event handler. So you can see here that the name of this button here is called add an item, and so the name of this control is the button add item, and the event is called click. Just to be familiar with the other ones, the input box right here is going to be called text box shopping list, which kind of makes sense. The second button is called the button for the clear list, and finally the output control here is the list box for the shopping list. So it's always good to be familiar with all the control names, especially when I've provided those for you. All right, so now from there, we want to think through the logic. And remember, the logic of this is when the user inputs the value here and then selects the control add item, we want to take whatever's in here and add it to this particular control. That's all we want to do. And if you remember back, this control here, we had a property to add items to that list. And then the last chapter 4, we actually went into that control in the items property, and we started adding in items into the list. And I've just defaulted something here called the shopping list because that's what I want to show to start off with. All right, so that's a very important concept as well to get that started. Now, how the program works is, if you think about it, we want to basically take whatever the user puts in here and add it to whatever's in an item in that control right here, and then we want to clear out the old input and then set the focus back here. Now if you take a look at my code, and if you pause the video, you can copy the code. Well, you can retype the code, I guess. And here's what it is. So we're going to take basically what was typed into the box, and we're going to add it to the property called items of the shopping box list. So what's happening here is when I click on that, it's going to take whatever's inside of the input box, and it's going to add it as an item inside of this control. And that's how it reads. So not a very complicated code of adding items to a list box. And then simply go in here and say, let's clean out the old input box, and then let's set the focus back there as well. Now the clear button, well, this one should be pretty obvious, but items, if we want to clear, when I click the clear, I want to clear out the entire list box, and then I want to go in here and add the shopping list in, and then set the focus back to where I want the program to reside. All right, so that's sort of a quick run through of how the shopping box list program works, and I'll see you guys in the next video.